Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo.
Hey.
Welcome to the Dirty Casual Corner, episode 13, the jankiest episode we've had so far.
So yeah, we had a little budget crisis this time around, as you can see from the visuals.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean,
we
usually it'd be a little nicer, but in the future we might not have this problem, or we might, and we'll just shoddily fix it.
fuck it, yeah. We
Yeah.
get it done however we need to. So today we had to, use the extra money on some nicer beer. So
Yeah, so right now we got M Special California Brewed American Lager.
this is one you recommended, or at least knew of, and yeah, it's a local brewery,
Yeah.
and it's pretty good.
I ended up going to the brewery, I'd say Thursday when we were watching our movie for a review.
Mm-hmm.
One of my buddy's coworkers ended up getting me a beer, and I was just sold already. I was like, dang, this is a clean beer, and just wanted to grab me a lager there, but I ended up getting it at the local Bevmo.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's got my fucking seal of approval.
It's good stuff. So anyways, I guess let's jump right in here. So let's get into the recap for the past 2 weeks.
Alright, so shit, which one? Actually, you know what, Sean? What's on your list?
Alright, well, my list is more or less the same as last cast, so just some shows that have been continuing, nothing new, so I'll jump in here. So Maho Shoujo Site, episode 4 is what I'm up to now. Watched episode 3 and 4 the past 2 weeks. It's not as fucking grueling and edgy and brutal as it was on the very beginning, but it's still pretty fucking edgy.
Do you like the edge?
In a way, I think it's somewhat enjoyable, but it's like I'm watching a shittier Madoka that's been written by a fucking 12-year-old edgelord.
Yeah, this is the one we shunned already.
It should be, but I'm just keeping up with it, just kind of on the side, not really putting priority on it. I do think the 5th episode's out, but I haven't checked it yet. So next down the line, Persona 5, the animation. So I will say it's pretty apparent that they at least money shotted their budget pretty early on. So it's been pretty downhill as far as the animation has gone. And I do think the adaptation is a little weird. So they've cut around a few things, like some events are in slightly different order, or some things are happening that didn't happen in the game. And then they're bringing a lot of focus on Akechi, the detective, which he didn't really have in the game because he jumped up here and there, but you really didn't get a big chunk of him until fucking 50, 60 hours in to the game, 2/3 of the way through. So it's kind of hit or miss on it. I'm still enjoying it just because I love Persona 5 so much, but the direction of the anime is kind of weird. But I did hear or read that they were going to do some, I believe is an anime original ending, or some kind of twist. So even if you've played the game, maybe it'll be something cool and new that you can check out by the end. But it's going to be a 24, 25 episode anime, so we got a while to go.
Oh, that's good to hear that. At least you're getting some enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, again, like I've said before, I think it's enjoyable if you played the game. If not, you're going to be really fucking confused because the pacing is lightning fast. It's just shooting through days and days and hours of exposition and characters and all this stuff. So it's really only good, I think, if you have prior
if you played
knowledge
the game.
of it. Exactly, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm still in the game, I guess. I haven't beaten the first castle yet, but I'm there. So I'm assuming it's already how far into the episode is it so
Okay,
far?
so if we were going by, I think last episode was when they beat the first castle, and then this episode was some of the stuff that happens in between, that castle and then to the next one, where they meet the next character that's gonna, eventually join their group and all that stuff. So
The book girl.
No, not Makoto. So this one's Yusuke, the flamboyant artist.
I know all about
And
him.
then him, and then Madarame, his teacher, and that's what they're going into next.
Sometimes you just you can't draw lewd art without an actual model.
It's true.
I support that. Alright, so what else have you been watching?
Steins Gate Zero, so I'm really actually enjoying this one a lot. I mean, you've got Okabe, he's fucking PTSD'd out of his mind. Every episode he's having fucking Vietnam flashbacks of all the brutal shit that happened, you know, in the different world lines and everything.
But he still failed them, right?
But yeah, this is essentially him having failed, and, you know, he's having flashbacks of seeing her die so many times, seeing Mayuri die, all this shit. So he's in a different mindset, but
is he still Chunibian?
He's not, man. He went full normie. He's just a college student.
Oh.
But there's certain things that are trying to bring him back in. So it's kind of like...
He's full normie?
He's full normie right now. But, you know, some developments are happening and maybe he's going to get back there, or maybe it's just going to keep going darker and darker. But I would say at least for certain it's... Yeah, nothing dark has happened, but it is like a darker overall theme than the first like half of Steins Gate.
Yeah. I mean, the first half of Steins Gate was kind of goofing off.
It was, yeah, it's sort of slice of lifey and, yeah, lighthearted. And then the last half was, of course, you know, dark and gritty. It's kind of following the footsteps of that, where all the bad shit happened, and then he still remembers all that.
Well, alright, who's the best girl?
It's Rico, no? Or Rico? I forget his name.
That's the trap?
The boy.
Okay, good
The
answer.
boy is the best girl.
That was the best. That was the trick question. Good. Second, the second for me is fucking derp girl. I can't remember her name.
Mayuri?
Yeah.
She's pretty good. I do like the new girl, Maho.
I haven't seen her yet.
Yeah, she's from the new series. She's a original character. But she's a genius lolly.
Up by a lolly?
No, but she's legal. She's 20 years old.
I'll think about it. All right, so
check it out. Maybe you'll.
It's on Crunchyroll, so I might be able to watch there.
So next up, Food Wars Shokugeki no Soma. So that's still kind of continuing. There's nothing really crazy about it right now. At least, you know, it's basically what you'd expect. Right now, it's just kind of they're just going down the line. We have a test. We have to beat the test. The test is rigged against us. We beat it. Time to go to the next test. Oh, this one's rigged against us. We got to figure out a way to beat it, and it's just kind of going along those stepping stones right now. So it's a little slow, but I'm still enjoying it.
That's good.
So jumping in next, Hina Matsuri. Now this one's a killer. I'm still loving this one.
I don't think that's on Crunchyroll, so I'm gonna have to look elsewhere.
I'm not sure if it is or not, but it's good. Again, I mentioned last time the girl from outer space, or technically what you'll figure out, the future, who has psychic abilities and all this stuff, you know, crash lands and then into a fucking Yakuza's house, and then the Yakuza becomes
her adopted father.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's just a pure comedy, right?
It's a good comedy, yeah. Then you've got the other girl who came from the same place, and then she ended up being homeless, and she lives with fucking homeless people, you know, collecting cans and shit.
Oh, so it's going real
like,
deep.
Every like little like weird thing you could possibly imagine. Then the good one that I love, the other character, the middle school girl who got blackmailed into having to work as a bartender.
A bartender.
Yeah.
You see, for some reason when I hear blackmail, I think, well, you know what, we'll leave it at that. So, yeah, you know, a bartender, is it like Valhalla?
It's not like fantasy, but it's a small little bar. But anyway, it's pure comedy. It's just all these ridiculous scenarios and shit.
No the only one Yakuza, right?
They've shown the other Yakuza because you know, of course the main character Mito, I believe his name is you know, affiliated with the other Yakuza and stuff. So you see them, and he does some jobs for them. And then he got his, you know, little adopted daughter to help him do jobs for the Yakuza and stuff.
Yeah, with her psychic powers and shit.
It's funny as shit though.
You just sold me on the girl collecting cans though.
It gets real, man.
Yeah, that's so real. I was just thrown off by that. It's like,
yeah. So check that one out if you can find it somewhere.
Or pirate it. We condone piracy.
Exactly. But if you yeah, it's hilarious. Or just read the manga too. The manga is also equally as hilarious. So get your fill however you want.
And what else have you been watching?
Yeah, Full Metal Panic: Invisible Victory. So this is if anyone's looking for their mech, their mech show, because you're missing out on Gundam, because Gundam's dead.
No, it ain't. It's still alive, burning.
then jump into Full Metal Panic. It's pretty good. It's got it really brings back that older kind of early 2000s, mech vibe to it. Of course, that's when it was originally written.
Yeah.
So it still kind of has that same warring, war faction type of stuff with giant robots kind of stuff that you don't really see too often anymore. So that's been pretty good. Again, it's a sequel 10 years after the one before it came out, so it's a little hard to follow if you haven't recently watched it. But
yeah, no, I haven't.
It's still good even if you only slightly know what's going on. And then last but not least, Darling in the Franxx. So everyone's favorite here. So it had a hiatus last week. There was no episode, so there was only one new episode 16 since last cast.
The new episode came out and I finished it.
Yeah, that was just today's episode.
And you watched it, right?
I watched it.
02 is my second best girl now.
So she jumped up on your ranks, did she?
Yeah, she was at the bottom. She started at the bottom, but now she's second.
There you go.
Main girl, she can't beat main girl Kokoro, especially with her relationship with Mitsuru.
Yeah.
Mitsuru. There's something going on there. Like, I think they're pretty shippable.
I think they are, yeah.
Alright. And just like the meme says,
but I am a little scared for the future now, after seeing the new opening and then hearing the death flag sentence. We'll always be together. That's the red flag sentence that you never want to hear someone say.
I saw the new opening, and I was just like, yeah, this is some foreshadowing shit here, and I kind of wish I didn't.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, in the new opening, it's the same song, but they changed the visuals and stuff. It's the same song, but different verse.
Different verse. There you go.
But Hero goes to hug 02, and then she just turns into dust right in front of him.
Mia from Gurren Lagann. Oh my god.
Just like that. I'm like, shit. And then Hero says the words, "We'll always be together." And I'm like, shit, don't say that, you fucking idiot. That's the death flag set.
Yeah.
It's over now.
I mean, actually, if anything, it foreshadowed it with the flashback episode where you see 02 and Hero's fucking, like, previous childhood with it together.
Right.
They foreshadowed it in the children's book.
The book, that they've been following along with.
But motherfucker, I hate it when it's just like trying to remind me. Like, okay, you could make people forget that, and then no, here it is.
Yeah, they want it in your face. So,
right. I'm just Kokoro Mitsuru best couple. Change my mind.
I hope they do. But anyways, so that's all I've got for my chunk there. What about you, Edwin? What you got on the list? So
besides Darling in the Franxx, which I already said in your little segment to save time, changed my mind. I've been watching Hero Academia. Episode 4 was... I was iffy on what was going to happen with Hero Academia, but episode 3, villains started coming out. And then, like... on episode 4, there's a villain that's, like, going after this one kid. And our main boy, Mizuku.
Mm-hmm.
Midoriya, technically. Midoriya, my bad. Fuck, Mizuku. Midoriya ends up going after this kid because he knows his hiding spot, and he confronts the villain. This villain's practically kicking his ass, and like, you just get that feel where he's totally outclassed and overpowered, and he makes this whole sacrificial move where he's trying to save this kid, and he's just like giving it all his 100%, and he's just like totally nearly getting pushed down to the ground. Like, legit, this guy's overpowering him. He's like, alright, you're doing pretty good. Now I'm just gonna go all out. And he's just pushing him down slowly, and he's just trying to fight it. and he's about to give up. You know, that defining moment where you just give up, and then he hears the kid, and he just says, "Fuck it," like legit, just fuck it, and he just goes full Super Saiyan on his one hand, his right hand, mind you. Just saying it's stronger. And he just fucking... Man, that's a heroic moment right there. That's like the reason you should watch Hero Academia. It's for those moments right there. Because he got tested and he broke his arm. Like, legit. If it's amputated, he's not going to regret it. I'm just saying. But, really good episode. And, like, it made me tear up. I don't tear up for much. Alright, next one. Gungale Alter. I got to episode 4. I saw a little bit of episode 5 before the internet crapped out, so I'm not going to make mention there. But I recommend you guys to watch it just because it's got more depths than Kirito and all of the Sword Art combined.
Oh, yeah, I did have that. I just didn't mention that. But I watched episode 4 as well, so I haven't caught the new episode that just dropped.
I liked your theory of what the girl is.
So yeah, my theory here, I haven't mentioned it yet, is that the main girl, what's her name, Pito? Or the other girl, purple hair girl.
Her friend is
Pito, I think.
Pito.
Pito. But she just goes by Pito, I think.
Yeah,
but
Pito.
Anyways, I think that she either is the idol that Len idolizes, or she's somewhere related in the circle. You know, she knows the idol personally, or something where it's very connected, and that's also why I think was even more kind of apparent when she couldn't herself participate in the battle royale, because the concert's going on at the exact same time as the battle royale.
Makes sense. I mean, I already saw the beginning of episode 5, and I can't really make much because I haven't seen all of it. I only saw 5 minutes of it, and I got mad. Like, all right, just because I was totally cucked there. But I mean, your theory feels like it's off, but it's still there because
I feel like there's something.
Your second one is like related or knows the person,
right?
Yeah. So
I feel like there's something there. I don't know exactly what, but there's got to be something.
Now I got Yakuza vibes. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
So I definitely recommend it for Lolly Thought. And next one is Cooking with Emiya. Another episode that came out, 5th. And here we are.
Thank you.
Yeah. This episode, actually technically 4 episodes, 2 episodes came out. Episode 4 was about egg sandwiches. No, veggie egg sandwiches, and like he brings vegetables to the temple. Was it Fuyuki Temple?
Okay, yeah.
And like he's just helping out his class president's dad, and he's like, "Oh, these vegetables look real good. They'll make a really good sandwich." They're like, "Oh, what kind of sandwich?" He's like, "Oh yeah, this with this mayonnaise and a little bit of egg, all this stuff, and the vegetables steamed and salt and all this stuff." They're like, "Oh, okay." Pats him on the shoulder. "Well, then you should bake it." And they just fucking leave to make him slave on it. Not that he minds, but I mean...
Of course.
Yeah.
He's fucking Emiya. He'll do anything.
He'll do anything. Plus, I mean, fucking Assassin got in on it, too. He's like... fucking loves the sandwich so much that, like... Near the end, they give you a little bonus episode. He's just standing still. You get fucking Caster fucking sweeping, doing all the chores. And when she goes past fucking Assassin, he's like, "Those sandwiches, we should have those." And she's like, "What?" It's just like, oh, he's having a tsundere moment.
Damn.
Alright, and the 5th episode's about bamboo shoot gratin.
Okay.
And it focuses a little bit on Sakura. But it's still mostly Emiya doing the work, cooking and all this stuff. But like, the reason I say it's focusing on Sakura is Sakura has a problem, but she's not saying what it is. So you find out later at the end, she's like, "Oh god, this gratin is real good. Can I have some of this bamboo shoot that you made?" He's, "Oh yeah, I got plenty." Goes home, he makes it. It's for fucking Shinji. Like, he just, like, oh, it's gratin.
I would have dropped it right there.
Yeah. No.
I would have dropped the shit right there.
In this one, he's not fucking pegging her or fucking following her, He's not assaulting her in any way. He's just kind of a shitty younger brother, but he's kind of a spoiled brat kind of brother.
Nice.
He's totally tame in this. Like, but
I still can't.
yeah,
You know, the impression still wouldn't wear off of me. I still see him how he is.
It was jarring for me too, but I was just like, okay, you know what, just accept it.
That's just pure cucking right there.
Yeah, he's fine, but like seeing Sakura happy kind of made me happy because she deserves all the happiness she can get. She, especially with what you know. All right, I gotta go a little bit to the meat of the potatoes.
All right,
I'll skip these next two. Advent Children, we reviewed it. I have my points on that there, but the old HD one, no, the old DVD one I saw when it came out on release, 5 out of 10. Fuck you guys, fight me. Anyways, Supernatural season 12. Don't worry about it. Okay, now the meat of the potatoes.
All right.
I got to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 yesterday.
Okay.
In anticipation for this next movie I'm going to mention. So, Guardians of Volume 2, I enjoyed it because it's a nice action movie. It's got comedy in it. Like, I guess I've mostly focused on the action. I kind of was a little bit just bored with a little bit of the dialogue in the middle of the way, but you know, you could just sit down, enjoy it, and like it's got enough to fucking keep you entertained. But what got me really excited was the reference to Infinity War that's gonna happen, which is Adam Warlock. If you guys don't know anything about Marvel, Adam Warlock is a guy that kind of comes after Thanos gets the gauntlet, all the gems, and like fucking starts wrecking shit, and then Adam Warlock comes in. He's like, "All right, I got a plan to fix everything," and he's like supposedly the superhuman being made by the universe or something like that. That's the super sparkness of it, but they made a reference at the end to that, and it made me excited. Which for this next one, Avengers: Infinity War. I got to see it today.
Okay.
It's fucking great. Like, you know, my issue with superhero movies is you get the good guys, bad guys come in, bad guys steamroll them for a little bit, good guys get together, rally, good guys win. This one, no. It's a little. It starts off real quick with I'm gonna give full on spoilers on the people who fucking die. Loki dies at the beginning.
Okay.
Fuck you guys, I hate Loki. You get just a bunch of people coming in. Gamora dies from Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's just like a lot of shit happens, but those aren't important because everyone else that dies after was from the Gauntlet, and that's too many to count. Legit. It's like, so the setup of it is Thanos is trying to get the Infinity Stones, which when he gets them all, he could fucking wipe half the universe with the snap of his finger, and that's his entire goal for balance or something like that. That's fine. Sorry, I'm a few drinks in. Just give me a quick second. Okay, so Thanos is going through this problem where he's the villain to me that like relates to you a lot more. He's got so much emotion. He has empathy in him. Like all the stuff he's doing is something he believes in. And even if he's the bad guy, you kind of feel like he's not that bad of a person. You know, it's just he's just doing what he thinks he has to do, and that makes a great villain to me. It's just a human-like villain is really great, and that's what I stuck around for this entire movie, and the $9 I paid for.
Okay.
So
would you recommend this to someone who doesn't like superhero movies at all?
If you want to see the bad guys win, definitely. And I'll just say this. Just let me finish with this little tangent here. Thanos gets the gems, he fucking snaps his fingers, and like a shit ton of people just fucking fade away like fucking Mia from Gurren Log, and they're like, oh no, what's going on? You know, they fucking turn to dust. Like, I fucking teared up for only one person. Just one fucking tear fell down my cheek, and that was for Groot, the plant person from Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright, there we go, that's it. I'd recommend it. I'd say if you can watch it in the theaters, it'll do it justice because you got the fucking sound system there.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I recommend it. Like, he's a really fucking sought out villain that like I loved the way he was fucking more or less portrayed. And there's a little rant coming after this.
All right.
For it, it's not the perfect Infinity War adaptation.
Okay.
There we go. That's it.
Got it.
And that fucking does it for fucking watching.
All right, let's bring it in.
All right,
And
so
now let's jump into the next section here. So, video games.
So Sean, what have you been playing?
Okay, so it's not too much here, but a few things I need to get off my chest. 1, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. So I was playing this on the last cast, or during the time we did the last cast, and as I said, I had some problems with it. So let me go through here. So I did finish it, more or less 100%. I completely got every single person you can get for your castle, fully upgraded my castle, did every single side quest that exists. You know, I went through the motions. So a few problems I have here with the game. 10%, maybe 15% of the game is the main story. 85 to 90% is side quests.
So Fallout.
There's so little substance in the main story that it just feels very underwhelming. When I progress 1 hour in the story and then spend 15 hours doing side quests afterwards, it kind of just brings you out of it, and just kind of takes away from I guess the progression of the story and everything. And then also the story was complete garbage. Probably one of the worst stories I've ever seen.
What is the story?
In the game. So I mean the main gist is the president of the United States or whatever country it is they never say gets essentially teleported to this fantasy universe. It's fucking isekai right here.
Fuck.
In video game form. So he gets transported to this fantasy universe, into the King Evan's chambers.
Oh, into his chamber.
Into his chambers, the little child's chambers.
Oh.
So anyways,
it's reversed.
So anyways, there was a coup where he was betrayed, and so they have to escape, and then they end up together making their own kingdom, and then try to unite the world, under his power. He's basically becoming a dictator of the entire world, but it's under the premise of I'm a nice king and all this stuff. But basically what you do is you go to each kingdom, you try to recruit the leader, but the leader is corrupted. You say you break the corruption, and then they join your forces and everything, and you do that 4 times, and then you fight the big baddie. And every single step of the way is the exact same thing, just over and over again. So it's really monotonous and just boring as fuck. And as soon as you've done one of the kingdoms, you know exactly how the rest of the 3 are going to play out. And they all play out exactly like that, with nothing different. So the story and everything was just completely boring and a wash. I will say the game was pretty enjoyable, just for the fact it's very well polished. There is a lot of stuff to do. Like I said, there's tons of side quests and stuff which kind of give you something to do. The music's good. The gameplay is such a joke that it's embarrassingly easy. There's no difficulties to choose from. There's one difficulty, and it's fucking garbage easy. Like, you can literally close your eyes and just swing and beat any encounter.
So it's the casuals RPG.
It is very, very, very much a I've never played an RPG before person's RPG. Or I've never even played a fucking video game person's RPG. That's basically what this seems to cater to. Yeah. And the last thing I mentioned the kingdom building thing. It's a fucking phone game. Jumped onto consoles. You literally just are playing a phone game inside the game to build your kingdom. It's the most boring shit. All you have to do to build your kingdom is just wait for money to come in, wait for upgrades to happen, in-game time, and that's it. That's all there is to it. And it's boring as shit. And what they tried to do really hard was copy Suikoden, I believe, from the PS1 era, which is an infinitely better game where you can actually make your own kingdom, go recruit people throughout the world in a much better way, and all the characters that you recruit in that game versus Ni no Kuni are much more memorable and everything. They really make your kingdom feel like alive and everything. So if you want a game that you want to build your own kingdom and become the ruler, and fucking take over the rest of the world, play Suikoden and not Ni no Kuni.
Shit. So just slapped it down right there.
It's so much better that it's not even a comparison. But anyways, I guess it's like I said, it's well polished. It's fun-ish. So that's all I had to rant about it. So now I've got another one to shit talk here.
Oh fuck!
This is gonna bring some animosity between us. Bloodborne.
No, that stuff. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. From what you've told me, you're still fucking on your walker right now. I mean, you're still on your training wheel.
I've got what? That's probably 10 hours of gameplay, and it's been a breeze.
10 hours? No. And all right, so
okay, so here's where I'm at. So I've killed 5 bosses, and of those 5 bosses, okay, this is my first time playing Bloodborne. It's blind. I've played Dark Souls, and that's it as far as Souls games goes. 5 bosses in. Between those 5 bosses, I've had 3 deaths in total, and that's it. And then some other random deaths around the world.
Cleric Beast, right?
Beat Cleric Beast, Bloodstarred Beast, Father Gascon, Vicar Amelia, and the witches of Himwit.
Yep. Yeah. After that point, training wheels are off. I'm sorry.
I'm waiting for it. I'm still
your
still
build
waiting for it.
might be good. You do have the conditioning because you played Dark.
I do have that under my belt, which that does help if you played any Souls game.
Iframes.
It at least gets you ready for what you should be looking out for. And check every fucking corner.
And your build's a strength dex build, right?
Yeah, I went strength. I'm basically I'm an even split between endurance, stamina, strength, and skill. I'm just an even split. I'm not doing anything specific.
Right. I mean, for my actual character, I'm just a Dex blood build. So I just literally made Clint Eastwood. And I just go for a few melee attacks, but my main gun is the Rider Palash. You haven't gotten it yet, but it's basically a little fucking sidearm dagger. And then it turns into a fucking pistol. So I could go dual wielding.
So I will say the only person who gave me trouble, I don't remember his name, Henrik, I think his name was.
The guy
in the tomb of Odin.
Odin Chapel?
Yeah, the Odin Chapel, outside of Odin Chapel. So it's when what's her name? Eileen is fighting him. So whenever I got there, she died instantly. And then I got killed by him. And then he fucking cheesed me out where if he shot me once, I was dead. Literally because he would shoot 4 to 5 times in a row, and he would stun lock me, and it would kill me in 3 shots.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I was like, alright, that's just fucking cheesy. That's not even skill, that's just getting cheesed out.
Plus, I mean, most of the NPCs have more health than you, so...
Yeah, a lot more.
It's done that way so they could balance out in a more or less...
So, I mean, if you want to count that as like a sub-boss or whatever, that's the only thing I might have had a few deaths on, but just because I got cheesed out, but...
Okay.
But otherwise, I still think, so far it's too easy. I'll report back later when I'm further in, but...
Well, you'll be having trouble with... I mean, technically you already beat the Bloodstarred Beast,
I'm in the woods. I just joined the Legion.
The League.
Or the League, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the boss for that one. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you're gonna get fucked on this one.
Alright, I'm
just
waiting
telling
for
you
it.
straight up.
I hope I do. I want to be frustrated.
Yeah, back in the day, just in the boss that's coming up, if you did it a certain way, you could jump over the sledge and start the boss fight, but they would be totally retarded because they just stand still because you didn't go the actual way.
Oh, right.
So yeah, no, they fixed that now, so you can't do that anymore. So
I don't need to. Yeah. I'm waiting for it.
Well, alright, well, we'll see, my son.
Alright, well, next time I'll give an update. Alright, so
I'm excited now.
Last but not least here, so Nympho Sensei Ryoko. So maybe you've heard of this. It's a J-list translated game.
You need to give me this.
It's a J-list translated game. Or JAST rather. That's the company that does it. Yeah.
I mean, J-list is their technically
That's the parent company.
Yeah.
JAST is the one that does the games. But But yeah, I mean, this is it's a visual novel, but it's more or less 50% visual novel, 50% porn.
Should we even talk about this in the play? You know what? Fuck it. I said Simon of the no one.
That's true. Yeah. So Arrogate counts, I think.
Yeah. If you're engaged and you're doing more than just having one hand on the controller or mouse, then yeah, you're fine.
So it's lewd as fuck, It's fun though.
Mm.
The teacher's the biggest slut you'd ever seen,
I could tell from the fucking title, man. So do you have it?
I have it. Do you want it?
Give it to me.
I might give it to you. We'll see.
You might.
We'll see.
All right.
So anyways,
but would you recommend it though?
So far, I mean, if that's your kind of thing, if you're into teacher play, if you're into nymphos, it does have incest.
No.
So you gotta,
is it you? Are you the?
No, you play more or less from her point of view.
Oh. Okay, so it's one of those games.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. See, that's very interesting.
That's my favorite one. I've mentioned it before with RPG Maker games and stuff. I go for the girl's point of view games.
Yeah,
I like it better where you're doing the one corrupting and the one making the decisions.
There's a game I want to remember, Slave Witch April, that have that similar element where you do this stuff to her.
Right.
But you're the one corrupting her and not her doing it. So yeah.
But yeah, it's so far. I mean, like I said, if you're into teacher stuff, incest stuff, nymphos, school stuff, then that's your thing. Go for it. So, anyways, that's all I've got. What do you have for the playing?
All right. Well, I've been playing a few games, but I want to get to the one that ended pretty quick. Persona 5.
All right. So
I was trying to grind. I got 2 levels in, and I was just doing this strat where I would farm the just before the boss. You would fight the this floor guy, and there'd be one that's higher level than you, I guess.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, I tried doing that more over and over again, and I was running low on everything, but I was still pretty good, and I ended up fucking up on a fucking attack where I was like, alright, so all I need to do is fucking stun this person, the 2 fairies, and then fucking lightning bolt the angel.
Yeah.
Missed the angel. So the angel did the fucking Vajra nuke.
Oh yeah, Vajra Blast.
Vajra Blast. And everyone is fucking low as fuck, and the fucking fairy's turn. Go for fucking Joker. It immediately fucking kills him. And I'm just like, I'm done. I just lost 2 fucking levels. And that took me fucking 40 minutes to do. Damn. I was drinking. But I was just so fucking mad.
The game's, even if you're playing on normal, man, it's pretty
it's pretty harsh.
It's pretty tough if you're not you don't know what you're going into with every single little thing.
I was confident too, but it's just one myth.
It's a confidence killer, man.
Snowballed everything wrong, man.
But I'll say this: you don't need to grind it all for the first boss. I mean, if you really want to, you can. But there's a place that you can grind later on.
I'm still under leveled though. So
you should be able to kill him at anywhere between 10 to 12, I think.
I think it said 15.
I was wrong when I said that.
Oh, fuck it. I still want to kick his ass hard. Alright, but I mean, I'll go back to it eventually because it's still a fucking fun game. I kid you not.
It's good.
It engages you a lot in combat. Alright, so next one. Fuck it. Bloodborne.
Alright, you got a little Bloodborne here too.
Just because you were playing it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get into it again. And I started off trying to do a no-death run. It's impossible for me right now. I need to regain my fucking... get back in the old boots again. So I decided to do just something equally challenging. No level run. Waste of skin character. So you're level 4, not level 10. Level 4. Your health is pretty low. Your stamina is pretty low.
Do no fucking damage.
You do pretty decent amount of damage with your starting weapons, but that's all I can technically level up. My weapons. So even the weak ass monsters fucking kick my ass. I bet even the challenge chalice dungeon monsters will fucking kick my ass.
Yeah, I
At the
did one of those.
beginning one.
It was incredibly easy, but yeah, if you're level 4, then
No,
I could see it being a problem.
It's incredibly easy, but then the more leveled up you get in the chalice dungeon, like
Right, I know there's a lot of different ones.
Yeah, it increases in difficulty, and once you get to the green apple one, the Ease chalice dungeon, yeah, no, you're gonna fucking hate it.
I don't think I'm gonna do them though, because I think it was actually incredibly boring. It just felt like a grind to me.
It kind of is a grind, but there's a lot of unique elements to it that make it really great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, mind you, they're mostly randomly procedured,
right?
Except for a few dev ones. But that's kind of what makes it fun, because even the monsters are randomly generated, and it's got a good community to it. Like people have strats for it. People try to hunt down stuff that hasn't been found before.
Right.
But doing a no level run, fucking kicked I started off with Gascoigne. I was like, all right, I need to do which one, Cleric Beast or Gascoigne, because I wanted to fucking get to Odin Chapel already. And so to save the little girl, and I ended up fucking running to him, and I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna cheese him out a little bit so I can get him into wolf form, and then just fucking burn the shit out of him. And level 4, it was I had a bit of moments where I knew I was gonna fucking die.
Right.
And I looked out because he'd missed the attack, and I was like, oh, thank you. Just chuck a fucking Molotov at him, and he's dead. Just like, oh, thank you. So,
nice.
That's been fun. I got Cleric Beast to go for the fucking badge. Monster Hunter, I've been going on and off with it, but the event right now that was going on, the Kulf Taras event, it's over. So I got a bunch of neat stuff like gold weapons and all that. I already got the armor set for it that I wanted, and right now there's an event for Dante to get the Dante costume and weapon.
Okay. And
I fucking love it. It's I worked so hard to fucking get the sword, and I still got a lot more work for the outfit. Like, it's kind of challenging and demanding, but it's gonna be there for a while. Like, they're not gonna get rid of it anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Next game is I'll just skip to PUBG. PUBG, like the image says, just because it's a fucking len from PUBG Online. So it's a really hard game that I don't enjoy relatively, but because I'm playing it with my younger brother, it makes it a lot pleasant.
Right.
And like, we just have so much shit talk happening. Sometimes we even talk about our daily lives when that shit happens. Alright, okay, so
when you're camping,
we're just like, alright, we're safe here, so we're just like, yo, bro, so how's the taxes going? You get the taxes? Like, yeah, man, got my taxes, man. How about you? I'm like, yeah, I got a pretty good cut. But every now and then we just have some tense moments where we just fucking exchange fucking shit talk and all that stuff. But overall, I don't enjoy the game. Like, it's not my kind of game. Like, plus, I mean, the game is not finished technically. Like, there's a bunch of bugs that are happening to it. You're technically paying for an unfinished game, and I don't like that. And it's even worse considering, like, similar game that comes to mind is the Master Chief Collection, where like it's just a mess, and that's kind of like what PUBG is. But hey, people still play it, people love it. I don't get it, but whatever. So next game, oh fuck it, I might as well go to it. Destiny 2.
He's back.
I'm back. Okay, so I'm totally casual with Destiny 2. Like, I mentioned before that I had such a hate boner for Destiny.
Right.
But it's cooled down now that I don't have a fucking need for anything really. Like, anything that comes after now, it's
so it's more chill playing it now.
It's a fucking chill game now for me. And like, it's a game that's easy to pick up. Like, the controls are... It's not that the controls are easy, it's just that you don't forget them really. No game really plays that way. I mean, and it's a shooter, so you already know how to play a shooter.
Right.
So it just like takes me like one round in fucking Crucible to fucking get back in the old boots there.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a blast with it, but I'm preparing to level up my character a little bit for the upcoming DLC, which I might stream on Mixer.
Mm-hmm.
Not Twitch, mind you, because fuck, it's Xbox One.
Nah.
But so far I like it, and I mean, right now Rank has this no radar update, so fuck, it's kind of a shitstorm. But I've been learning some tips on it, and I mean, I feel like that's the way the game should be played. Plus 6v6. I mean, they took that out, and I'm sad. Like, it needs more madness in it before it's good. Last game, and this one's close to my heart, and should only play this game drunk. Metro 2033. And so I'm doing a survival hardcore mode, so I'm playing it on English too, so I finally understand what people are talking about. And it really gets you in the world. Like, no game pulls you into like the world of the post-apocalyptic Russian Metro, like fucking Metro 2033. Like, it's fucking great. Like, if you need a game where you want to feel like you're so immersed, Skyrim and Metro 2033 have your shit. And the story is really fun. I mean, it's kind of like, there's a mystery to it, but it's not that amazing. You kind of know what's gonna happen. But you still enjoy it. And I mean, you got two things going for it. Three things. You got a good post-apocalyptic setting of Soviet Russia, in the subways. You got fucking commies, and you got Nazis. And from what I've played right now, they're not actual German Nazis. They're fucking Russians. They're kind of like, yeah, we lost everything, but these Nazis had a good idea. We should do that.
So they're new school Russian Nazis.
They're new school Russian Nazis, and like they're the fucking war happening in the Red Line, which is commies versus Nazis, and like it's fucking immersive as fuck. And, yeah, so I've had fun with it, and I'm doing a drunk playthrough. So
if you're looking for the underground Russian apocalypse experience, it's Metro, and then I guess for the outdoors one, it's Soccer in the Zone.
Soccer in the Zone? Stalker. Okay. Yeah. Stalker, yeah.
Stalker for the outdoors, and then Metro for the underground.
I mean, it's still, you don't go out that often because, like, fucking gas mask system's a fucking pain in the ass. But it gets you really immersed in that. Like, oh great, alright, how many filters do I have? Oh fuck, I only got a minute left to breathe. Shit, and you're panicking, and you're just looking every single fucking corner of every room trying to find something before you like choke out. And yeah, Metro 2033 is really one of those games, and I'm trying to do it where I take a shot before, and when I finish a level, take a shot, and just continue off on that.
Alright.
Yeah, so it's been fun, and I might have a playthrough recording of it soon once I get some video editing going.
Awesome. So let's jump in
to our next topic.
Section here.
So Sean, do you read?
Who the fuck reads?
Alright. Well,
so actually I do have one little thing that you had recommended to me. I'll just mention it briefly. It's called The Elf Princess Strikes Back. Just a short little doujinshi slash H manga thing.
Actually, yeah, I got something you recommended.
Just something really short, you know. Check it out. It's
it's
cute, but it's so cute. Brutal.
We'll mention it in our tag segment again because it's my fucking recommended tag.
But yeah, that's what I've watched or read recently. But we'll get in more detail on that later.
And alright, so I'm gonna recommend something that you recommended to me.
Okay.
Which technically I already knew, but rediscovering it again made me feel good already. A Friendly Orc's Daily Life. And it revolves around an orc who's like just I guess he's kind of like not like Shrek, but kind of like he wants to do his own thing. He wants to live in peace. He wants no one to fuck around with him.
Yeah.
You know, and he gets this elf chick who just really wants the D. Wants to totally be fucking abused, fucking raped by this fucking orc. He's like, you gotta do this to me. You're gonna pin me down, throw me on the ground, and like fucking have your way with me, huh? It's like, yeah, you shouldn't talk like that.
He's like, yeah, you shouldn't talk like that, or, you know, no, just leave me alone.
Yeah, it's really cute, and it's like a really good interaction between these two people.
It's pretty funny. It's really short too.
Yeah.
You can read it in just a few minutes.
It's like a one-page comic, technically.
Pretty much, yeah. Like 2 minutes, you can read through it, and it's hilarious and it's cute.
Yeah, like it's so fucking cute. Plus, would you, if you were a nerd, if you were in his position, bang or no bang?
I mean, if it's me personally, then yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But I don't know what he's lived through. You know, I don't know his life.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have a dick.
I don't know, man.
All right.
I would smash.
I would smash though. Alright, so next one is Noah's Notes. It's a manga that I got recommended on YouTube, which was weird. And I was just like, alright, check it out, because like, it's got two things going for me. History and gyarus. So, it revolves around this gyaru chick who, like, it's kind of like a normie girl who, like, just your usual fucking Gyarago who has no interest in school studies,
right?
Especially history, because like she just fucking hates history. She's like, I don't care. I'm gonna get married and all this shit, and live a happy life and all this stuff. And she fucking like, it starts off. The main stuff happens where she follows this cat and she finds this rock with this thing and takes a fucking picture of it for Instagram, and that's when the ball gets rolling, and she meets Professor Noah, who's this fucking archaeologist, Indiana Jones character who like fucking Indiana Jones to the fucking max, man, because he fucking like introduces himself by smashing to the school, taking her hostage, and just shooting his gun in the air. Fucking gets all the students out, and she's freaking out. Like, and then the assistant comes like, I'm sorry, it's just, we wanted to talk to you, like, and he just fucking did his own thing. He's like, yeah, but I cleared the room out. That's good. That's good, man. That's good. And I'm just like, this guy is fucking G.
Nice.
And the story is interesting where it revolves around this loop series thing where it's like, alright, so humanity has been here before and all this in this point of time before, and where this ancient civilization basically mirrored our own, and it's like these ancient civilized ruins of like Minato Mirai City or something like that.
Okay.
So it's like they're just trying to explore this stuff, and it's just they're like wondering why the fuck they have a fucking underground city of their city technically, kind of a deal, and they're like, yeah, it's all this history stuff, but like it's doing an interesting spin with it. And what I really like about it is, unlike most shonen series, it has a time limit of 4 years, because in 4 years the loop cycle will repeat itself, and they're trying to figure out what caused it to fucking make the collapse of human civilization at this point of time.
Interesting.
So at 2022, at 2033, 2022 is when shit goes down, and they're in 2018.
Alright.
Well, I love it. It's fucking amazing.
I might check it out at some point.
Gyaru girls, fucking dick.
I do love some gyars.
There's so many.
The thicker the better.
It gives me a newfound respect for my secret fetish. The almost you could see something under the skirt one, you know?
Well, that's a good one, yeah. That's a classic. Yeah. That's a true, patrician's taste kind of fetish.
And it speaks to me. Plus, the art's really decent. It's by the guy who fucking worked. I haven't checked out his other stuff, but he's got a decent record, and he fucking worked under the guy from One Piece, so he's learned a decent amount from him, I guess. So I'd recommend you guys give him a shot. And that ends our reading segment.
Nice and short, nice and sweet.
All right, so. Now we're into the news. I don't have much news, but what about... actually, if anything, I might as well just start with it, right?
Go for it.
Alright, so... I gotta say, this is why I don't like Overwatch. Oh my fucking god. Sorry, I just saw the image we have in the box.
Yeah, so I'll mention what that image is about here in a moment once you finish.
So, Overwatch is a game I kind of love and hate. Mostly hating right now, because... they've been taking the fun out of everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
right now, there's a recent controversy where in Overwatch League, this I don't know if he's Korean or he's this Asian fucking pro player, Tracer main by the way. Ends up killing a female pro player Tracer, like from the enemy team, and teabags her, like just two fucking quick teabags and just fucking goes back in the fight and all this shit.
Right.
And they see Blizzard sees it as a fucking sexual assault thing. So like, it's just like what? One, they're not fucking real. No fucking sexual assault happened, and I mean, but Blizzard, of course, is trying to ban the guy or something. Maybe he is already banned, but this is ridiculous. Nothing.
I mean, teabagging is as old as online FPSs.
Since CS:GO.
Since Counter-Strike original, since fucking Halo 1.
Yeah. Like,
since like even like Marathon and like doing like LAN stuff. Like it's as old as shooters itself.
Yeah, like, yeah, fuck. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous that, like, you got fucking a company as noteworthy as Blizzard fucking cracking down on something this fucking mundane. It's, like, it's fucking stupid, and I mean, it's gonna reflect in the actual game anyways, where people can actually ban people for teabagging, you know? It's
ridiculous.
It's like, it makes the game, which I paid good money for, mind you, and, like, worked hard to get the emotes, the skins, everything that I could get already right now. And if I get banned, I'm basically kicked out of the soft stuff. All the stuff I earned, basically. Yeah. So, I don't like that. And, like, you're making it an incentive for me not to play this game.
Pretty much.
Alright, the next saltier news. Fucking Anita Sarkeesian came out with a documentary.
Lovely.
It's a fucking lovely documentary about total legit thing about Gamergate and how she was totally not fucked over by it. No, it was just bitching about Gamergate.
Yeah, the thing that she made her literal career off of.
Fake online harassment, fake gaming.
Became noteworthy only because of Gamergate.
Yeah.
And that's what she makes all of her money off of now, is just like fake outcry and making money off of donations for doing literally nothing.
Yeah, like, she's a fucking scumbag, and, like, I'm just surprised people fucking listen to her, because, like, not that long ago, Bungie had her over for fucking, to just look at Destiny, and Destiny 2 in particular, and, like, just comment on it and everything, and, like, they gave her a great experience. Like, they treated her, like, pretty decently, and she's like, oh yeah, this is our stuff, this is the dev team. No one fucking said anything about her and anything, but of course, she had to go on fucking, like, in Twitter or something and fucking make a fucking comment about how this was bad and everything and yada yada. She's just a fucking fake. She's a fucking cunt.
She's a definite scumbag.
Yeah, and I absolutely hate her, and I mean, I hate the fact that people believe this. Believe this bitch.
It's a lot of just this whole outrage culture that people believe all this, like, just fully outlandish shit and just like to follow along with this narrative of, all this stuff is bad and all this stuff is the good stuff, and without ever thinking critically for themselves,
No, honestly, I just don't understand why people can't think for themselves. Like, I'd rather think for myself than just have somebody tell me what to believe. But whatever, some people are just fucking mindless drones. I don't care. And I guess my last one, which is kind of just something sweet for me to fucking get the taste out of everything that happened so far. Faku's doing a free comic book thing. Actually, no. Well, they have that, and they're also publishing a new game called Future Fragments, which is basically, I believe, a side-scrolling eroge game.
Okay.
So, kind of catches my attention, but more, I'm going to talk about mostly Free Comic Book Day. Because, I'm a fan of fucking Free Comic Book Day.
You're a fucking Faku shill.
Yeah. Hey, if I get sponsored by Faku, fuck it. But no, I mean, I just want to talk about Free Comic Book Day, which is what their event, what they're doing, which is like, we're gonna do this thing for like Free Comic Book Day. It's fucking hilarious. We got these 20 things you can read. All you need is a fucking Faku account, not a subscription, a Faku account, so you can look at these few things by. I'm just gonna note off a few. Eisuke, You got fucking Ashiomi Masato, Bucharu, and like, let me see, yours caught my attention because I really liked it.
Yeah.
Just because it's fucking adult.
I'm sad about every good artist I hear that Faku has a hand in.
Mizone, right?
Mizone is a good one.
Yeah. But hey, to be fair, yeah, you know.
Because all it does is it limits the amount of people who can be exposed to good porn. That's what they're doing. They're gatekeeping porn.
Nah, I mean, I do understand where you're coming from with it. I do, but in a sense, what they're doing is actually going above and beyond. Not gatekeeping. They're just bringing it out there more available because, of course,
available behind a paywall.
A paywall, fine, but you know you got to keep a website going, and that was Faku's main struggle back in the day.
I can see why they do. I mean, they're making money, of course.
Would you rather have bad ads?
I'd rather
adware.
I'd rather just get my scans straight from Japan,
or
get the original hard copies. That's the real way to go.
All right. Well, one thing that I like what they've been doing is they've been publishing. Most of the stuff in the subscription is uncensored, so you get all the nice juicy details without the pixelated bukkake stuff. Pixelated stuff. And I mean, I own a few of their comics already, of their books that they've published, and I'm not regretting it. I like the English. It's really well translated. It's uncensored, and a lot of the times they have bonus material that they don't have in Japan, and it makes it overall really great. Mind you, I feel the subscription should be a little lower, but whatever, you know. They got a pretty good catalog of porn already.
Sure.
And they got good noteworthy names. They even got the fucking I think they have Club Penguin, so you could get the fucking big issue stuff to read through
So
online.
let me ask you, how much is a subscription for Faku?
I think it's $7.99. I could check right now.
So you know you can get Club Penguins in Japan for $6.
Shipping and handling?
I'm just talking about from the convenience store.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're just saying, but we're over here, man.
Makes me sad.
It makes you sad.
It's the same thing with Crunchyroll. It's where it's sure it is technically being exposed to more people, but I don't like the companies. I don't like their business models and etc. So
you're just mad they're taking down stuff from fucking X.
That too, man. They're gatekeeping.
Yeah, they kind of are, but you know, you gotta lose something in order to gain something even better, and that's the way I see it. But that ends my new segment.
All right,
new game from Faku and free comic book day stuff, which is today technically Cinco de Mayo.
Right. So let me get into the sad news. So describing what's going on in the picture in the top left here.
Yeah, and even I'm sad.
So if you've heard of the anime that's been airing recently, Uma Musume, it's about, you know, racehorse girls and etc. So the main character girl is actually based on a real racehorse named Special Week, who just passed away this past week. So, and he was a 23-year-old like Grand Prix winner, a 4-time G1 winner. He sired, I think, 3 or 4 also Grand Prix winners and stuff like that. He had a legacy even. Sired. Yeah, sired. That means you know that.
Yeah, Brett. He got a good breeding program.
Exactly. So he had some good shit going for him, but that's what the Uma Musume anime was based off of, the main character, and he passed away. So another animal passes on to join Grape-kun in the ranks.
Yeah, you know, what happened with Grape-kun really was something that really impacted me, because it really got the ball started with the fucking podcast in a sense. It united us closer.
Right.
So just having another animal die, especially in Japanese culture, where like they got fucking girlified. It's a dude, right? The horse.
Yeah, the original is a dude.
But you know, anime, you gotta have a girl, and like I was interested in watching this show because like, oh, the horse girls, yeah, sure, right, I'll check it out. And then when he told me the horse died, and I was just like, what? And then he told me, oh, it's from this anime, and it's based off this horse who died this week. And it's like, oh shit. And I need to watch it. I haven't been able to find it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it's airing, but
Yeah.
it'll be available somewhere.
Yeah, if not, I could just ask you.
So next on the list here, another one going down here. So I don't know how to feel about this one. So the new Nintendo president or stand-in president,
West or Japanese?
Japanese.
Okay.
The one who filled in for shit, I can't think of his name. The one who passed, Iwata, after he passed, Tatsumi Kimishima.
I forgot Iwata passed away.
Yeah, and so this man was kind of the fill-in president since Iwata passed away.
But he's official now.
No, now this guy's retiring and someone else is now taking the place. So he had been official since Iwata passed, and he had been, rolling out basically everything that's come out. Basically, since the Switch has dropped, everything has been under his, under his command, essentially. And I gotta say, I'm not sure how I feel about this, depending on how this new president is, because I will say, since the Switch has dropped, it's been successful. Nintendo games have gotten excessively looter,
excessively immature, and then fuck, we got Bayonetta, and I believe they're getting a few shooters on there.
And if you look at that, they've tried to go hard with the hot Splatoon lasses. You've got fucking Zelda.
You mean Pearl and Harbor?
You've got Zelda's
Marina.
Marina and
Harbor.
Yeah, Marina and Harbor.
I don't know what Marina means. Harbor.
Yeah.
Fuck, guys.
And you've got fucking new Breath of the Wild, Zelda's big fat thick ass. You got all this stuff going on. You
mean
got
that girl, that side hoe he's always around with in the dojins?
Guess something like that.
I don't know.
But they made her nice and thick. Then you had like the new ARMS game come out with all these thick girls.
You also got fucking Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, you got Xenoblade.
It's just all lewd girls.
It's just all this lewd stuff's been coming. And so I don't know. Is the new president gonna follow suit? Is the plan rolled out already, and we're here to stay, or are we gonna go back to
My issue with Nintendo back in the day, the company, was that they didn't have any good games on it.
They're very, very selective of what they kept. Like if you look at the Wii U's selection, it's extremely Nintendo focused. It's almost all Nintendo games with almost no third-party support. But the Switch has been going off. They have everything under the sun is on the Switch, just about.
I gotta admit, like, even I'm considering getting the Switch because Bayonetta 1, 2, 3, you got Dark Souls fucking coming to that fucking game.
Yeah.
Which made my jaw drop when I found out. So
yeah, even Nintendo people will be able to play Dark Souls now.
Yeah, like, it's amazing. And the best one in my opinion. Mind you,
yeah,
I'm disappointed with it because it's just basically the Prepare to Die edition on console.
Yeah, we'll see if it's actually got improvements as far as like performance and all this other stuff.
Maybe a little, but I'm sorry, no, it's
because I wouldn't be too happy with my fucking Switch melting when I walk into Blighttown for the first time.
Ooh, now see, that's what they fixed in Prepare to Die edition. That's for sure.
Because that's what happened to my PC the first time I went in there.
Really, the PC shouldn't have that problem.
I didn't have it modded at the time. I
never modded it.
It was pre-Prepare to Die.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is before the DLC even came out and they got ported.
Yeah.
Unmodded. Walk into Blighttown, my fucking FPS drops to like 2. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, no, that's...
This thing's starting to run high.
I remember playing it on the Xbox 360, and it fucking was the most horrendous thing to fucking go through. Like... Even when I was going down it the first time, I was just like, fuck, I hate this area. And so when I found the shortcut, it was still bad with the lag, but I mean, it was more bearable because
you don't have to see too much, yeah.
You don't have to go through all that shit.
Yeah, you start at the bottom, so... And so that's all I really wanted to mention. Okay.
So would you get a Switch?
I'm considering. I'm basically holding out for seeing the new Smash, essentially right now. So which we will see next month. We'll talk about it when it drops. We can see what's going on. But next month, once E3 drops, we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about E3, I'm sure. But Smash is one that will be in the running there that I'm interested to see how it plays out, and that would be one of the big deciding factors if I do get a Switch.
Right. Well, that's good to hear. Anything else on the news?
No, that's all I wanted to mention. So I think we can jump into our topic.
Oh, which is gonna be a little debatable here, because I love it and I hate it. Mostly hate.
So if you've watched any anime in the past 5 years, you've probably seen an anime like this.
Where we talk about isekai.
So isekai,
which is basically translated as
so yeah, it's different world. It's like
different world.
yeah, parallel world, something like that.
So usually the trope revolves around going to another world, or
So I'll give the full definition here. It's where a character, a person, a normal person, is transported or trapped in a parallel universe of some sort. It can also happen where the parallel universe sort of merges into the real world. But that's what you see. So something where you just have a normal guy going into this fantasy world that's completely different than anything. You can have magic or video game stuff.
Yeah,
those kinds of things.
Which a lot of video game stuff is usually the trend in isekai genres, I gotta admit.
It's kind of 50-50, right? It's kind of like 50-50 video games and fantasy.
Yeah.
It seems like. So
I mean, well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that does the isekai tropes I can't think of right now, but I'm sure, Sean, you do have a fucking notable list, I believe.
So I'll talk about, let's mention popular shows in the isekai genre.
Yeah.
Maybe let's say 3 to 5 of the most popular. So of course the biggest one that just about anyone's ever heard of,
Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online. So one of the big early probably proprietors of it becoming popular, Sword Art Online. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows Kirito and his
side hoes.
All the side hoes.
So I mean, it was iffy for me to fucking put this in the isekai genre, but when I think about it real hard, technically they do get trapped in a fantasy setting.
Right.
And yeah, it's a fucking isekai. Fight me on it, I don't care, David. But it's an isekai.
It is, definitely. Just the same way, like, dot hack and all that. It's an isekai. True and true.
Dot hack San is definitely my favorite isekai and my first.
So, another one, I'd say big popular one, a year and a half back or so, Re:Zero.
Yeah.
So this one definitely brought a lot of people into the isekai genre. Yeah. So you had, normal guy gets transported into a fantasy world.
With the best girl.
Best girl Rim.
The best girl Amelia.
Fuck off.
No, I'm sorry, dude. Sometimes, just hear me out on this. Sometimes, you're the main character and you want this girl, and there may be other girls down the line that may come to you that will give you a possible good future. That
are perfect.
That are perfect, but you want this one girl. And, mind you, a guy who has this power to fucking go back in time after death. Yeah, he's gonna, he still has the attachment to Amelia. I'm gonna give it to my boy here. Because you can't deny his feelings.
I can't, man. I mean, lots of people are in abusive relationships and they just keep going with it, it's fun.
It's not like she was abusive, though.
I mean...
Yeah, she told him off, but she thinks he's kind of a creep doing too much.
I mean, he's kind of abusing himself, because he knows that just to keep trying to get with her, he's gonna have to keep fucking dying over and over and over.
And that's dedication. Although, mind you, it would have helped Rem's case if she didn't fucking murder him.
She did go off on him once, yeah.
Once. Try fucking 8 times.
It wasn't that many.
Yeah, well, it was that many.
But it was hot.
No.
You got the Oni stuff going on?
That Oni stuff was hot, but no, I'm sorry. I would not want to fucking die and then, have the girl fucking confess to me later on at the end. I like you. No, I'm sorry. I got Stockholm. I'm not gonna get Stockholm Syndrome over you. Alright, but let's get out of this case. So, yes, Re:Zero is a really popular one, and there's a fucking culture where it just... anime fans just fucking hate either Amelia or they hate Ram.
There's no talking and there's no agreements that can be had between them.
Yeah, no, it's just,
as you can hear from us.
I give reason, and you still want shit.
And I have reason too. I could have lived a perfect life with her, out in the country, having some children.
But you've read the. I mean, you read the book technically, so you should know more about what's gonna happen in the anime than I do, right?
If they do a sequel, I know a bit of other stuff that happens, but it's I don't know how much more is actually translated than what's been adapted. But anyways,
yeah, we got a main topic.
So, any other notable ones to mention? I guess
Konosuba would be a good one.
Pretty popular, I would say.
It got a second season, so yeah. I mean, I loved the first season, and I felt the second season was kind of a little lame up until the end. It was a surprise boss fight kind of a deal. But I'm gonna give it a first season because it had the succubus club. And sometimes, you just a man's gotta fight for what he wants to protect, You gotta protect that succubus girl, even if it means taking on your fucking party members and fucking losing in the end. You know you're gonna lose, but you just gotta do it.
That's true. So, why don't we mention our favorites? So I think you did mention yours. So,
which
Dot Hack. I think that's your very favorite.
Dot Hack Sign is my very favorite.
So why is that one your favorite?
Because back in the day, it was the most depressing thing I have ever fucking seen. And I know depressive. I fucking watched Ava, and I mean, but no, this is by the same creator of Ava, and he fucking directed it to be the most depressive, dark tone ever. And mind you, watching it now, it's really kind of boring in just the way it is, because nothing really happens, and any of the action pieces aren't really animated. They're just panned out. You pan out, you see fucking someone getting stabbed, and that's it from the shadows deal. But it really revolves heavily on the plot, on a character plot-driven story where character gets fucking trapped in the game. Character thinks he's a fucking OP thing, tries to break the law, and in doing this, he gets the attention of fucking people that want to try to bring him down, trying to capture him, and they don't understand what is going on because he's forever trapped, forever in the game in their eyes. And yeah, dude, it gives you a really dark vibe, and I mean, it's great. It still stuck with me.
All right.
So I definitely recommend it to anyone. It's just you gotta get past the whole kind of boring thing and just watch it once a day or once a week. Because if you try to marathon it, you're just gonna get depressed. I watched 12 episodes and I just had to stop because I was just.
I've had those in the past.
I feel shitty.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be because of this anime. It's this anime. And yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I've had those anime where it just hurts you so much that you just have to take a break, step away for a moment.
Lucky for me, I didn't get that with Made in Abyss. 12 episodes, 13, something like that.
Yeah.
If it was 20, I had to have taken a break because I needed sleep. But I was just drawn in. But yeah, how is this our top favorite, or can I mention two more?
No, if you have any other ones that you really, really like.
Log Horizon is my favorite one just because it does something different from your typical trapped in a video game thing.
Yeah.
Where they make a fucking society.
And
then fucking Yojo Senki.
Okay.
It was either that or Konosuba, but fucking Nazi girl wins it.
Yeah. So I'll say Yojo Senki is my absolute favorite isekai type, just because it has such a insanely unique twist on the whole thing. Genre, yeah. So it takes it, fucking businessman becomes a little
lolly girl, blonde blue-eyed
lolly girl, and becomes a fucking military captain essentially.
And in a World War I fantasy-based fucking universe.
Yeah.
Where...
And it's done so well. You get the character is amazing. You really get a sense that it's an actual fucking really fucked up old man in this body who's doing all this shit.
Yeah.
And he's got some dark shit that he wants to get out. He's basically trying to fucking fight God.
If anything, I feel like he originally tried to have this peaceful life, and then fucking God comes in again. And he's like, "Yeah, no, you're not gonna get a peaceful life here. I'm gonna try to make you die until you either almost die and believe in me, or you die."
And he says, "Fuck you, God."
Yeah, just. I gotta admit, I saw the manga at Barnes and Noble. You don't show God. You just don't. Like, you can't show this beefy ass Zeus character as a god, because it just takes it out of perspective. You just can't. Like, God has to be an omnipresent force, which I feel the anime shows. It does, really well.
You never see the presence. You just feel it. Sort of stops time, and just speaks to him directly and all this shit.
And speaks through the fucking people if that happens.
Exactly. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, Yojisenki's good.
Yojisenki's really good. So watch that if you can. The English name is a Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Yeah, it's really the most awkward fucking name change ever, because I think Yojisenki means...
It basically literally means something like around the lines of like little girl, like war, or something like that, or you know,
war girl,
something like that.
Yojisenki.
Yeah, because Yojo is like a young girl, Senki is war.
Young girl's war.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. See that I like that name, but of course that wouldn't fucking fly that well. Like, oh, young girl's war
girl. Yeah.
Young girl's war.
Like
that sounds like some sort of like World War I kind of like. What was it? Grave of Fireflies kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Child soldiers. Yeah.
So the Saga of Tanya the Evil was a good choice.
Right.
To make it stand out. So what else do you have for your
So why do we think they're popular? Why do you think isekai is so popular right now, especially nowadays? So I will say that, you know, in 2017 we had 7 different shows, which is a pretty good, you know, collection for one specific subgenre of the shonen genre. And then, you know, just recently in the past year we had or not we, but Japan had a lot of writing contests that actually banned any isekai entries for light novel entries, because they were getting such a huge abundance of light novels that were isekai.
Yeah, I gotta admit, was getting a little samey with it. I mean, mind you, I don't know much about the light novel genre and haven't read really manga that much, but I've seen the last manga I read was an isekai, about the Shield Hero, which might be getting an anime adaptation this year.
Yeah, I've heard it's good. My friend recommended it to me.
It's really good, but it's an isekai. And I mean, my idea is it started technically it started booming during the Sword Art era, 2012.
Yeah, it kind of went up, had like stabilized, had a little bit of a dip. And then once ReZero came back around, it just
it shot up
through the roof.
It's the success of ReZero. They it fucking like kind of got people to like, oh yeah, you know, this is profitable. We should try to do it. And I mean, there was not really isekai, but there was an anime about fucking Girlish Number, where it's about a voice actor who like gets this voice actor lead role about a light novel adaptation that they're doing, but in the anime they do this nice thing where like you see the higher ups talking, they're like, oh yeah, you know, we can make real big money if we just get a light novel adaptation and we just do it like this. And they're like, yeah, and the fucking director's just fucking throwing money at women, basically drinking himself off in these fucking like hostess clubs.
Right.
He's just using the money for the fucking anime adaptation that's coming, and it's just like, that's just the way I see light novel adaptations happening.
I feel like it is too, probably.
And it's usually what I've been noticing in fucking it's not really isekai, but light novels in general, and it's just recently there's an isekai that I just really absolutely hate.
Right.
Death March.
Oh yeah.
Death March is the pinnacle of fucking light novel isekai trash, and it's just ever since there was a trend, it seems like people are trying to get fucking like in on this boat and make as much of a cash grab as they can.
Right. Yeah. I can see that too, because it is just one of those booming things that it's sort of still new-ish. It's of course not new. It's been going on for a while, but really like it's booming, so people want to get in on it.
Yeah.
While it's popular.
I mean, I think it's gonna be popular anyways, but if, like you said, the fucking contest is doing this, banning fucking isekai in general, it shows you how much stuff they're getting in. Like,
yeah, they're like, we need to just like cut it back, like give us some other stories,
Yeah.
kind of shit like that. So.
I mean, I haven't even seen a reverse Fuck, actually, I have. The devil is a part-time worker.
That one was sort of
it's
a
reverse
bit of
isekai.
a reverse isekai where the world comes to them, the fantasy world comes to the real world.
Yeah.
And the same thing with like Recreators. That one also had the same deal going on.
Really? I mean, I have to watch it. Shit, I was recommended to it.
Okay, well, yeah, that one, it's the same thing where all these stories from manga and stuff are basically coming to the real world, all these characters and stuff like that. So it's another one like that, which they've been popping up here and there, where there's some that do the reverse.
Alright. Well, I'm looking at your list here right now, so would you like to explain your findings so far? Mind you, it's not accurate as a whole.
So yeah, what I did is I just kind of cruised through every anime that aired during each year and each season, and just from about 2010 to 2018 currently, and just kind of looked at what was the collection of how many and what there was. I didn't pick out every single like the ones that are really light on it, where it was like small details. I really picked the ones that are full isekai.
Yeah.
Because there would have been more, but I mean, in the past, what? So I'll say, 2010 there was about 2 isekais, 2011 none, 2012 4, 2013 3.
2014 was basically roughly when Sword Art came out.
So, or 2012 was the original Sword Art.
Yeah. And
that was when they had 4 of them. You had also like XL World.
Yeah.
Coming out then, and then so that was the biggest jump in isekais that there was. And then it kind of stabilized. So 2013 there was 3 of them. 2014 there was 3 of them again. Then it dropped off a little bit. 2015 you only had Overlord.
Yeah, there wasn't that many notable ones for isekai, but Overlord was full on isekai.
And then 2016 ReZero and Konosuba come out. And then there was 2 more towards the end of the year. Drifters, Flip Flappers.
Drifters I felt wasn't that... I didn't think people really watched Drifters that much.
I think the manga is more popular than the anime was, probably, but...
I still watched it.
It still had an anime adaptation, so... Again, then we jumped up to 4 shows, and then 2017, 7 shows that I counted that were isekai, like full isekai. I know there was a few more like that I kind of saw, but really ones that I could consider deep into the genre.
Yeah. Cool.
And now we're only in 2018, and just last season there were already 2. So, and I know there's at least 1, maybe 2, probably this season as well.
I mean, it depends, because like this current season right now, the only one that I see is Isekai Izakaya, which is basically just a Japanese restaurant.
I could honestly say Persona 5, the animation, is an isekai, because it literally is.
You go into a fantasy setting.
There's normal people going into a fantasy world, pulled into a fantasy world where they have superpowers and all this stuff. So I could include that if you want to, reach a little bit, because it was from a game, but still it was...
I feel like that is a little reaching, but they're not... Well, I mean, most of the isekais that I know is just supposed to be trapped in there or something like that.
It's in general, they're trapped. They can't fully go in and out, which... That's why I kind of are saying it's a reach a little bit.
Yeah, so. It's a little of a reach, but I don't know if I will throw it in there.
But so yes, I mean, if you're looking at this year already, then there's already a few. So, I mean, it feels like the trend is still either stabilizing, where we're going to see anywhere between like 5 to 8 each year.
Yeah. I mean, if it's anything like 2016, there could be 4, and it might not get anything like that.
But it's popular right now, and so we're seeing a lot.
And I can only... I know in manga, isekai is a fucking popular genre.
That too, yeah.
There's so many mangas that are... I can't count. the amount of mangas that I've read that are isekai in a sense. And the last one I read was at the Barnes and Noble, same place where I got Monster and Blame. And it's basically kind of revolves around this alchemist kid who kind of goes full on badass mode, but they get summoned into this world. It's like 8 other schoolmates and all this shit. So
right.
It's just it's kind of getting old, and I want to see something new.
Yeah, it is kind of there's a lot of samey stories that you see over and over, which is I think one of the bad things, because I don't think it's that the genre is limited. It's just that people are lazy, and that they're just writing the same shit to get a story out there.
Yeah, I mean, well, for fuck's sake, I mean, Edo Manga Sensei was different in that it was literally about being a light novel writer, and
right,
you know, but fuck yeah, I hate sisters. Okay, but I mean, that was different, and that started off with a fucking manga, you know, and it's just about a light novel writer.
Right. And
he didn't fucking do a fucking samey fucking isekai. He did something about writing about his sister. So come on, guys. If he can do it, so can you.
Yeah, so
and write about
if you're gonna make an isekai, write a better fucking story. That's all I'm saying.
And don't write about your sister. Like,
actually, that's okay. But anyways.
Alright,
so any final thoughts about isekai?
Give me something fresh. Like, if you're gonna make a good world building isekai, do it the way either Overlord does, or as half-assed and hilarious as Konosuba.
Yeah, or something really unique like Yojo Senki, where you know you've got a really cool setting, you've got good characters, and it actually keeps you interested rather than
like I don't mind isekais, but most isekais that I've seen, you know the main character's gonna make it through, and like the last one that I kind of catches my attention with for isekai was that was different, mind you, was this one where these kind of high school kids like go into this fantasy world. Wow, that sounds like every fucking other one, right?
Yeah.
Except the difference is the way it's animated and it's more or less described is these kids have no fucking knowledge in martial arts or anything, or how to use weapons, and the two-hander guy fucking takes the longest time to fucking swing his sword, and he gets tired out. Like, if you're gonna do something like an isekai like that, make it realistic. Don't make it like Kirito Fantasy-esque, or he can throw 1,000 fucking flurry sword swipes and not get tired or sweat. Like, god damn, like, for fuck's sakes. Like, I know it's supposed to be a power fantasy, but just cool it down, make it a little realistic, and like, it might be more enjoyable. Like, where's the stakes?
Yeah, there needs to be some stakes. There needs to be something to root for, some kind of flaws. I mean, it just needs to be a good story. Just write a good story. That's all we ask.
Now, if you're gonna make anything like Death March, just fucking hang yourself.
Just end it. Just end it before you start, please.
No, just do yourself a favor and just kill yourself. Yes, I'm saying this right now. I hate Death March to a Parallel World Rhapsody. I fucking absolutely hate it. It's the most terrible thing I've ever fucking had the displeasure of watching. And he's the best note. I found out who was watching it. You remember Javi?
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. So it wasn't the guy that I thought about, but I wish it was, because I felt bad hitting Javi, because I made a promise that I would punch the person who was watching that, and I kept my word. And like, I told him, I'm like, dude, I have to punch you now. He's like, oh, why? Because you're watching this. And I made a promise. Like, oh, okay, I understand. Even he understood.
Yeah.
But he was a bro about it, and I made sure it just stung a bit, not fucking full on Falcon Punch thing. So yeah, but don't fucking do Death March stuff. Like, don't fucking be a Sword Art knockoff. And if you are, don't be a worse Sword Art knockoff.
That's hard to do. That's tough. That's
hard to achieve.
Yeah. I don't think I could write a story worse than that.
Can you write a story worse than fucking Death March?
No.
Then there you go.
I'd have to be actually, if I was blackout drunk, I'd probably write a pretty fire story.
Probably better than Death March and Sword Art. Alright.
Yeah.
So.
Alright.
Let's get it into our fucking less saltier topics.
So the funner stuff here.
Alright, so our recommended
We're done
stuff.
shit talking.
Now I forgot what the image for this next one is.
Got a nice,
Is that
nice
an elf
thick,
girl? No, she's just
just a
thick,
nice thick, kind of Russian-ish,
It already gets my fucking
war girl,
yeah. It already gets
military
me
girl.
fucking going.
So recommendations. So
How about you start it off? Because I'm curious
Right.
to hear what your reading is.
I don't have anything for reading, unfortunately.
Oh,
I think
you
I
could
will.
easy. You
Okay,
could easy.
I'll recommend something. Then you're already gonna recommend it, but I'm
you
gonna
know?
recommend something else
No. How do you know I'm gonna recommend it?
because I just know.
Did I fucking read that right?
I think I just know that you're going to. But anyways, I'll mention something actually that I haven't
Alright.
mentioned before that I read a while back. It's Breakblade. So
I've heard that.
this is
before.
a mecha manga, and it's actually fucking amazing. One of the coolest mangas I've ever read. Manga I've ever read.
Mhm.
It's got a really cool mech design, great fights. It's actually kind of hard to follow the fights in the manga just because of how it's drawn, but it's got a really cool story and everything. It did get an anime adaptation a few years back. I don't know how it was. I didn't watch that, but if it's as good as the manga, then check that out too.
Mhm.
But if you like mech, give it a shot. And hot ass chicks.
Alright, see, there you go. That's why I probably know it.
Hot ass chicks and mechs. Video game. I just wanted to mention something I played years ago.
Bloodborne?
I always talk about fuck you. You've recommended it.
I'm
So
gonna do it.
I'm always talking about the older games, the classics. So I'll mention Super Mario RPG for
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo. One of my favorite games.
You mean wait, Super Mario? Which one again?
RPG for the Super Nintendo. Legend of the Seven Stars.
I feel like I don't know that one.
It's old, man. It's Super Nintendo times, so it's an older one, but it's actually one of the most unique RPGs. I mean, you kind of see that with all the Mario
So it's
RPGs.
not Terminal 7?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
But anyways.
I'll send it to you later. Don't worry about it.
But Super Mario RPG, it's very unique. You have it's a turn-based combat system, but it's all timing-based stuff, timing-based blocks, timing-based abilities. You have a free roam world that you can go through. It's got a cute kind of story going along with it. And it's just fun. It's just a really cool kind of kickback classic RPG.
Mhm.
If you played any of the other ones, like for the Game Boys, like Superstar Saga and stuff like that, it's pretty similar. But it was the original.
Alright, and
So
what
it's
do
good.
you recommend for watching?
And watching, this is another classic that touches close to me. One of the ones I need to go rewatch.
Will
Welcome
it
to the
touch me?
NHK.
Oh, yeah.
This
wow,
is a big
is,
feels one. This is
yeah,
one that really
yeah.
hit me back when I watched it years back.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it recently. I was like, man, I really need to rewatch it and just kind of see how it hits me now, like 7 years later.
I was watching that show from a friend I don't talk to anymore, but I ended up watching that at the college campus and at the cafeteria, and I guess we more or less binged it.
Right.
But so we're just there for like 4 hours, maybe 5, just sitting there watching it with our backs turned to everyone. Like, if somebody looked over, they would see just the weird stuff happening. Like, cause the guy's a kind of a creep, and like, yeah. And Welcome to the NHK is fucking solid 10 out of 10.
It is a 10 out of 10. It's it starts out a little goofy. It's about a hikikomori,
A shut-in.
a shut-in.
And he thinks there's this fucking organization trying to keep him down and like get him or anything.
That's fucked him over in his life. Everything's bad because of it.
Yeah.
Ruins opportunities for him. Meets this girl.
What was it called? Nihon Hikikomori Kyokai?
Yeah. So NHK in Japanese is actually Nihon Hokoso Kyokai, which is a TV broadcasting network. But,
Hokoso.
Hokoso, yeah, Kyokai, and yeah, but in his head it's what you said, the
Nihon Hikikomori.
the Nihon Hikikomori Kyokai.
Yeah.
So it's keeping people as shut-ins to benefit them somehow. I can't really remember what his logic was, But yeah, he thinks the society is out to keep him as a shut-in and all this stuff, and it's ruined everything in his life. But anyways, it gets kind of deeper into real like psychological things with people who have social issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
it really just kind of hits you if you know anybody or yourself have
these are
social anxieties. You have problems with
or
being around
thoughts
other
of
people.
suicide, which
Yeah, all
yeah,
that kind
that
of
was
stuff.
a really touchy subject. Like that one episode, because everyone's that episode where everyone's going there to die. And he's just totally fucking oblivious to it. He's like trying to make everyone happy. He's like, alright, you know what? I was having second thoughts, but yeah, it made me happy and feel good. It's a good day to die. I'm just like, fuck, man. You just.
But yeah,
oh.
It really can actually get really deep into you again if you have these kind of social anxieties, problems, and stuff. So it's I really recommend it. I'm gonna rewatch it sometime soon and just see how it feels now. That I'm older now and more experienced. See if it still really touches me.
Touches
in
you.
The feels.
All right. Well, I'll start.
What do you
off
got?
on
Yeah.
mine.
What do you recommend us?
Unfortunately, I have to start off with something you don't like already.
All right. Let's go.
Infinity War.
So okay, I'll just say the only reason I don't like it's not that I don't like Infinity War because I haven't seen it, but I've never seen a superhero movie that I liked.
You might like Spider-Man: Homecoming, but that's for a different reason. I mean, I guess that's the more authentic Spider-Man. I'm gonna say people could fight me on that, but Spider-Man was a fucking young kid in high school, kind of a deal, and he's trying to do everything while he's trying to be in high school, and it makes it great. Plus, he has a fat friend who's like literally has his back, and like he's the hacker dude. He's the 4chaner dude. It's just like I liked it, but the reason I'm recommending Avengers, Infinity War, fucking Civil War. I mean, Infinity War is like it's got a lot of elements to love and hate. You got your action, you got your fucking like characters, like because the other characters we've already had like 10 years going already, I guess, like ever since Iron Man, I guess,
probably something like that.
It's been a long year running, man. So like you see these, you've either, if you started then, you grow up with these characters,
right?
You got your Guardians of the Galaxy going on, you got Doctor Strange if you like him, I guess. You got fucking Wackaman Wakanda. I know it's fucking Black Panther. I didn't care to watch it just because of
Wakanda or something like that. Just
because it's a fucking worship from the fucking reviewers and like SJW culture. They like review it as like the most greatest thing ever since fucking like Jesus, since fucking Beatles, and like no, you got fucking, it's the first black superhero ever. No. It's not. I mean, if they said it's the first black Marvel superhero getting his own thing, I'd agree with you.
True. It is.
But no, it's not the first black superhero movie. Well, whatever. You got my personal favorite. I like Captain America. But I recommend it solely because of Thanos, the main villain. He's the most like he may be the villain, but he's not a bad guy. He does. I can't stress that he just fucking is an amazingly well written villain. Like he's got a goal he wants to see through. Like, and when he has to do a scenario to get this one girl, he has to. I mean, to get this one gem stone. I know. Fuck you, Infinity Stone. He has to make this sacrifice, and it fucking hurts him. Like he knows what he has to do, and he fucking like it. But he tears up. He made me almost want to tear up a little bit. But like he just fucking grabs the girl, fucking throws her off a cliff, and like yeah, there you go. That's your Gamora death theme there. But it fucking he earned that stone. It's like you got to sacrifice something for the soul stone. A soul for a soul. Okay. Which I actually thought he was gonna grab the hoe and throw her over, but no, it had to mean something, and he sold me on it. So he goes through so many lengths to do this and achieve his goal. and oddly enough, I was rooting for him. So, fully off of that, you should watch it. But if you're a comic book fan, you might be a little disappointed because that's not how Infinity War goes. But you know, whatever. It's Hollywood, and I mean, it's Marvel Studios. They can only get what they can get.
Right.
The next one is for playing Bloodborne. Fuck you. I know I recommended this before, but I'm doing it again. And if I don't have to recommend Bloodborne, I would definitely recommend. I guess an old game that I kind of played before. I haven't gotten around to doing it, but Lost Odyssey. Like, it's one of my favorite RPGs. It's technically my first.
Really? Wow.
By first, then the first one I actually fucking beat through.
Okay.
So and like I got really behind that story. Music is great, but I'm recommending.
It is Nobuo Uematsu. I played it.
Nobuo Uematsu. You see, isn't that the last thing he did before he retired?
It's one of the last games he's done. Now he dabbles, like, he does like little things here and there, but
he's not a game.
He's mostly retired. He's in the middle of working on a Kickstarter project right now, Project Phoenix, which I backed like fucking 4 years ago, and I still don't even know what the fuck's going on with it. I'd probably look into that, but anyways.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, sorry, I had to kill something. I gotta say, Phil, it's not that game. It's Bloodborne, hands down, because it's the best FromSoft game ever. Like,
but you've never played Kingsfield 2.
Kingsfield 2, is that a fucking FromSoft game?
It is.
Dude, I've played
PS1.
See, I've never played any PS games. Okay.
Damn, you missed out.
Alright, I missed out, but you know, there's just, I love that game. Like, I just absolutely do. The amount of stuff you have to go through to get a build, and if you're doing it as crazy as I am, a no level run, or as crazy as the fucking guys that are out there on YouTube and Twitch,
like doing punching people or shit. Dude,
I've done that. I
heard of that. I haven't watched it because I'm going through blind.
It's like
but
6 hours or something.
Yeah, I heard of someone doing, just punching playthrough only.
It's fucking ridiculous. You have no fucking power.
Yeah.
Like, it's an achievement to do stuff like that. Like,
right.
Yeah, once you beat Bloodborne once, maybe second playthrough, you kind of feel like you've done and seen everything. But what keeps it fresh is the Chalice dungeons, for sure. And I mean, if you want to be crazy, do a no level run, or do a fucking, like, no death run.
Just change something up.
Yeah, like...
That's a good thing, I guess, about Souls games, is that you can kind of play it your own way.
Yeah.
A lot of different ways.
Or a fucking no heal run, no Estus run.
Yeah, Blood Vials are pretty broken.
Blood Vials, yeah.
They're pretty fucking broken. I think they're way stronger than Estus.
No, yeah, because it's an instant heal. I mean...
Yeah.
What they did... I mean, if anything, the, Dark Souls 1 Estus is really quick, but it's nothing like Bloodborne's, because it's almost instant.
Yeah.
And I've seen some Bloodborne stuff where, like, this guy's about to die, just before he gets grabbed and he's about to get crushed for the last bit of damage, his message gets raided. So, like, he gets full health, and he's just like, and they toss him down, he just has, like, 90% of health, and you're just like, oh, you just see your life flash before your eyes, but you pull through. Like, that's what I love about FromSoft games, like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, is you get those moments where you think you're about to die, you're gonna lose everything, and it doesn't.
Right. Yeah, I had one actually just recently in the woods where I thought I was dead. I got hit by the fucking cannon that I didn't see.
Oh yeah, no, that.
And I was just going along. I was killing shit. Got fucking hit by the cannon. I'm like, oh, I see my life. I'm like, oh, I'm dead. And then I'm just like chilling there waiting. And then I get up like, oh fuck, I'm alive. I had literally 1 pixel of health left.
I know. It's
like
fucking
shit.
amazing.
And I made it alive and still didn't die. I was like, yes, that felt good.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and like I guess for reading, it's kind of a tough pick because I really wanted to recommend this thing, but I'll recommend it in tags. Noah's Notes.
Right. Okay.
Like I already mentioned it in the reading segment, and it's a shonen manga you should give a chance. Like, it's kind of unique where it's not a battle manga. and it's not a food war manga. There's no real battle sense going on, but it's not your action. You know, you got a fucking thought there. I'm sticking around for the thought. Fuck you. And I guess that kind of does it for the recommended segments for me.
Alright, so let's get into the juicy one now.
Our tags, right?
One last clink, and then we get into the lewd.
And don't forget the next segment after, if you have any.
Oh yeah, rants if we have any.
I've got a meaty one, but I made it all in basically one small paragraph.
Alright, perfect. So I'll go in with my tag here. So, Onis. So we've had some Onis. We mentioned one earlier, Rem. You've got Onis, we've got 02. You know, the Onis are seeing a comeback here. So, an Oni, if you don't know, in Japanese, it's essentially a demon. A specific kind of demon. So, it's a humanoid with 1 to 2 small horns on their head and possibly pointy ears. But they do not have wings or tails. So, not full demon. It's kind of like a half kind of demon thing. And so, I mean, you've got basically anyone that's doing Monster Girl stuff is probably doing some Oni stuff too.
Yeah.
The artist I'll recommend is Mizone. Unfortunately, if there's some stuff on X Hentai right now.
Before it gets taken down.
Yeah. I downloaded all of it, so we're good. But if you have to, you can go check it out on Faku.
Uncensored and in its full glory.
But Mizone is one of the best Monster Girl artists out there, and has some good Oni stuff. I believe there's some others out there too, and I'm sure you know, just in time for the new Comic 1 and then Comic Hit coming up after, we're gonna see 02 Dojinshi. So you'll see some
02 Ichigo stuff. I feel like it's gonna be a fucking cuck fest, and it's
there's
also
gonna
be
be
a
lots of
yandere fest.
Yeah,
and then
it's
you're gonna have my Kokoro, who's probably gonna be in the worst stuff.
She's gonna get hit. She
might
have some nice vanilla
raped.
stuff, but then she's gonna have some
raped and maybe some vanilla. But I know what the fucking artists love and want to sell. Like to make the big bucks, you gotta abuse women.
Yep.
It's fucking sad, but it's fucking true. Which is why I like. Fuck, who's the artist I mentioned in the last cast?
What was your tag last time? I might be able to remember.
I could probably pull it up.
Well, anyways, so Oni. So we're gonna see lots of Oni stuff coming up in the near future.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out. If you have any interest in some half demon girls, then watch out. Look for Mizune, and then watch for 02.
It's not in the tags, but it's the Sana, lewd Sana girl.
Oh, okay.
That person, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Stuff. All right, but I guess I'll start on my tag. Goro. And now, Sean, would you like to give me the pleasure of looking up what this tag means?
Sure, give me 1 second. Why don't you go ahead and mention your artist and everything?
So, yeah, I guess my tag would be Goro, which is, I guess...
Or Guro.
Oh, you found it already?
No, I'm just saying Guro, not Goro.
Well, Guro, which is more or less a sense of gore.
It's gore, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is, like...
So the actual definition here is mutilation of a living thing.
Yeah.
So moderate blood or violence does not qualify. So it's
full on. Bodies are getting fucking flayed, skinned alive, fucking destroyed.
Amputations are happening.
Yeah.
There's probably deaths in there.
There's a few artists I guess I could say, but that come notable. Mostly Shindle, if you remember Mildred.
Yeah. He
did a Mildred comic, and that was gore, but she was thick, so...
And, I mean, one thing that kind of ties in with Guro is Riona, I'll mention. So Riona is violence, fightings, or beatings. You kind of see those hand in hand a lot of the time.
Yeah, Riona is a thing. Oh, it's on this tag, too. Alright, so... But the one I guess I'm going to recommend to you is definitely not a really lewd series, but it's by an artist called Uru, U-R-U, and it's The Elf Princess Strikes Back.
Yeah, and I read this as well. It's a nice short read. It's 160-some pages or something like that.
166, I think.
Yeah.
It's fucking cute. Like, it's a cute little... It's basically revolves around a cute elf princess who has her home country destroyed, and 200 years after that event,
she's seeking revenge.
She's completed the means to get her revenge, and she goes into the town and like fucking she just takes this serum and she becomes a giant and she's just fucking crushing stuff. She's kicking them and like she's so fucking plump and cute in all the right places.
Yeah, it's like somehow they have a something that's gory and cute at the same time.
Yeah, like,
and just as ridiculous it sounds is that she absorbs souls into her vagina to
like,
grow even bigger and stronger.
It's a thing, and I mean it's because it's a ecchi. Technically, it's an arrow comic, but it's not penetration or anything like that. Yeah, so it's just full on gore, but it's just so cute, and it's just it made my jaw drop. Like when I came across it, I was like, no way that this is gore. I mean, I know it says it in the tag, but this is so cute, and from the fucking thumbnail that I see right now, it's so cute, and I got sucked into the story. Like, it's just so adorable. Like, and it is. I didn't even fap to it. I couldn't. I was just so drawn into that story. And alright, so I guess I'll finish that up. So yeah, definitely check out Elf Princess Strikes Back by Uru. Like, and if you maybe want something else, Mildred by Shindle, which is a good one, because I'm a Shindle fan. I don't know about you, Sean. Are you a Shindle fan?
I mean, I've only recommended every tag that Shindle's done, you know.
Yeah.
All the darkest stuff. I love me some Shindle.
Yeah. And for fuck's sakes, I gotta admit, I own his best fucking manga book. So yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, he's a fucking boy from New York.
Making it in Japan as a porn artist. That's the dream.
Yeah, that's the fucking dream. Same with Ghetto Youth.
Yeah.
But
Ghetto Youth is getting there. I've watched him for a long time.
Yeah, I love his art though.
He's getting better and better, and he hasn't fully made it to the level of Shindle, but
he draws the best pussies in my opinion.
They're pretty clean. His art is very clean.
And even when they're hairy, it's fucking clean.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's bring it in for a little bit of a rant.
Alright, so I have no rants here, but I'll let you go ahead and take the floor.
Oh, alright. You're letting me to take the floor. Alright, well, it's technically a little bit of a lot of things, so I'll just start off with the first one. I'm really disappointed with Anita Sarkeesian and how long she's managed to fucking cling on to her fucking glass throne, basically.
Right.
Like, I absolutely hate her. Like, I think she should just be outcasted from gaming, SJW culture, fucking society. Just send her to the fucking sun.
Take Zoe Quinn with it too.
Yeah, definitely Zoe. I mean, she's just as scummy as she is, but I mean, the only controversy she has is that she was fucking someone to get her game out.
There's a lot more to it with Zoe Quinn, where she took a whole bunch of abused people and basically made them free labor under herself to do stuff for them.
Oh yeah,
she's a pretty trash.
Yeah, there's people like that is like the reason we got this outrage culture. Just you got fucking white knights fucking protecting these people, and they're just not fucking representative at all. And it's just terrible that people believe this stuff. Yes, there's real abuse. Yes, there's real fucking harassment going on, but it's not this shit that they're fucking peddling.
It's not that it's insane. And I will say, as I'm no anti-Semite. Like I'm not against Jewish people at all, but the Jewish people are really trying to push this narrative because they're making tons of money off of this outrage culture and industry. I will say
it's only coincidental that they're Jewish.
I will just mention this. I could say it's that in New York by law, and I think in California now, lawyers have to take a legal education class about how white people have privilege and all this stuff. And basically, it's going to go and it's going to roll out to every state. And by that point, you know, every year they're going to be generating about $1 billion worth of revenue through these classes of teaching people.
What was it called? We talked about it last time with the Starbucks thing, but it's fucking re-educating them
Yeah,
about this privilege.
exactly.
It's fucking retarded.
It's stuff like that. So I mean, it's like,
Look, alright, here's a fucking huge known fact in the fucking United States. Majority of the United States is mostly white.
yeah,
But it's a mixed fucking country. So, like, you got
hmm
all flavors of
You got
fucking
everything.
races. You got, like, it's like the UK, where they're definitely a majority white. They're kind of more white than mixed.
right.
But they're doing pretty decently, besides the whole fact that they're more or less a tyrannical government following these SJW principles. But whatever. I mean, it's just, there's nothing really proven to this stuff. It's just, anyone can make it if they fucking try hard enough, and if they just do things. Yes, there will be fucking cucks out there in the world, but that's not gonna stop them, you know, like, cucks have always been there in the fucking world, you know? But whatever. Alright, next one. Infinity War. I hate that Infinity War is in parts, you know, like,
Yeah.
like, it's, like, they're doing the Harry Potter part 1, part 2, or the worst one, I guess. If it does this one, it just makes me more disappointed. The Hobbit part 1, part 2, I mean, Hobbit 1, 2, movie 3, part 1, part 2. Yeah, it's just totally fucking dumb. Like, this whole part stuff, you know. There was a movie back in the day, I don't know when, but it was called Dances with Fucking Wolves. Dances with Wolves. That movie was about 5 hours long. And they had intermission just so that people could go to the bathroom, like, fucking talk with each other, fucking take a smoke break. Like, for fuck's sake, I'd rather have that than this fucking, like, wait for part 2, like, next summer, like, kind of a deal. But whatever. I mean, that's not even the worst sin that Infinity War has done. Because they did the movie really well. Like, if they left it like this, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna end like this. Like, they're gonna fucking time warp shit back to, like, where no one died, and, you know, they're just gonna fix everything, beat the bad guy, and, like, yeah, it's just gonna take everything with the first movie and just throw it out the window. But that's fine, because that's what happened in the fucking comics. But what pisses me off the most so far is that there was no reference about Adam Warlock, who's the person that's the main sole person that fixed everything. And he made the most outlandish plan that if anything went wrong, would have fucking gone out the window. And in the fucking comics, oh, shit goes wrong, but it was all part of the fucking plan. It's like, oh yeah, we need to have all these people die so we can get this one moment, this one opportunity to seize every... Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not going to throw the M&M's thing there. But I mean, to basically grab the gauntlet off of Thanos and basically time warp it. They had to sacrifice, legitimately, with the risk of not ever coming back. And those stakes are great. But there was no mention of it at all, and I waited for the last minute of it, and fuck you guys. Like,
damn.
But, which makes me think that if they don't have it in part 2, they're doing their own thing, so fuck them.
Alright,
and the last one, Blizzard, you're just killing the fun. Like, you're
let people teabag.
Yeah, like, let people teabag, don't fucking make this whole political...
You're not the moral police.
Yeah, like, you can't fucking... You're just gonna kill
It's
your
not
own
even about
game.
morals, it's just about you being dictator fucking cucks.
Yeah, like, don't buy into this whole SJW stuff. I mean, yes, you already have, technically, because you're in your fucking job listings, you're fucking making, like, a requirement have mixed races in there. That's fine if you want to do that, but don't make it an initiative.
Right.
Like, don't choose someone who's less qualified for someone. I mean, don't you know, over someone who can be qualified. Just don't do that.
Right.
Like, that ticks me off, and, like, oh yeah, I guess I can make it in the industry because I'm fucking this color and I'm not white. And I was just like, god damn it. Like, that's not how, you know, the US works. And it hasn't been like that for ages. And to think that it'll change now, like, that's, oh yeah, this is a great initiative plan. No, you're just fucking kidding yourselves. And I guess that's it for my rants, so...
Alright, then I'll just say real quick, I thought of one. Fuck the new God of War. Alright, I'm done.
Yeah, you know,
It's just...
I love the memes more than the idea of getting
True.
the game.
it's just one of the things. It's like it's just the game industry, AAA game industry specifically. I actually love indie games. If you notice, that's mostly if I'm not playing a JRPG, I'm probably playing like an indie game because that's where the good shit's at. Just stick away from AAA games because that's where all the mainstream movie people are going.
Yeah.
If you're looking for shit like Last of Us and a movie game and stuff like that, then sure, God of War, maybe you'll like it. But if you want like an original God of War, you want an actual hack and slash like in this vein of Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, you're not gonna find it. You're gonna find yourself a narrative, story driven game which has gameplay kind of on the sidelines.
I mean, if anything, I didn't find the idea of it that overwhelming, but like I like the idea of The Last of Us was that zombie shroom game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, The Last of Us is great, but I think by that same developer they made what was it called? Not Evil Within. Two Souls. The Souls Among Us.
No, that was was that not Naughty Dog?
I don't know.
Actually, I could be wrong. I'll have it. Yeah, it was Naughty Dog. Yeah. So they do Uncharted, I believe.
Oh, Naughty Dog. Yeah, of course they do Uncharted. I've heard it from.
Yeah.
But their recent game, I don't know if it's them, but it kind of has the same Ellen Page kind of shit.
Right. I mean, they're doing a sequel for it.
Uncharted.
Otherwise, as far as I know, they've only really done that stuff, Uncharted and that, but they're doing, a sequel to Last of Us coming out.
I guess it's not the game.
I think you're thinking of David Cage type games, like, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls. I hate Beyond Two Souls.
I hate David Cage. So fair enough.
But I just hate the idea of it.
Right.
Like, you're trying to get, the idea of video games. I don't know, because there was one that kind of caught my attention. Asura's Wrath back in the day.
Okay.
And, it kind of was one of those games where, like, it was mostly, I guess it was a mix of, like, gameplay and, fucking all this stuff. It played like a David Cage game with Bayonetta elements.
Yeah.
Made by the fucking company that I love for .hack. But, I give it better rep because it was a really fun game, and the only thing that sucked about it, because Capcom, was they made you pay for the actual true ending.
Oh, yeah, that kind of shit.
And I remember the day, like, I was watching one of my friends, Chaz, play it, and he gets to that point, and he's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Just fucking throws out the controller, fucking leaves. An hour later, he comes back in. I bought it. And I'm just like, shit, alright, we'll put it on so I can watch. And it was kind of worth it. He didn't pay much, but it was really kind of worth it. But just a slap in the face.
That's a bad business practice. Yeah. I would never.
But you had to know. Yeah. You had to know the ending.
It's just one of those things. Like I do a lot of research on games before I get them. I would never ever touch a game that had some shit like that.
This is kind of day one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's exactly why I stopped doing day ones, unless I know, like for some like Persona, where it's gonna be solid.
I learned my lesson through him about that, about AAA games and stuff. So I just usually wait, but that's why I haven't gotten Horizon Zero Dawn. Not because I'm a cheap motherfucker.
Yeah, that's one of those games I'd be like, I'm gonna hold off on this because I don't really know. Yeah. This could be some bad shit.
I heard it's really great, but
I've heard it's decent. Yeah, but
and it's totally not because I want to get the Monster Hunter skin. No, and I'm too cheap to wait for the sale.
You want it?
I do, but I don't want to get Monster Hunter for PSN right now.
Right.
I will later.
All right.
But
so, I guess let's wrap it up here. I think we're
all right. How much brew do you have left?
Done. Skis. We're all out.
Oh fuck! I'm halfway through.
All right, you found it. Well, I sign us out. So. Thank you everyone for listening, watching to Dirty Casual Corner 13.
Alright. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Follow us on YouTube, I guess. What was it called? Just look up Vega the Dirty Casual. I might make a Twitter one of these days, just for the Dirty Casual Corner. I'm not sure. I'm fucking kind of a feed drinks in. I'm just spouting shit at this moment. But yeah,
anyways,
I'm having fun, and I hope you guys have fun hearing us talk.
Thanks again, guys. Take care. Have a great time.
Alright, man. Late.